The landslides have plunged the southern Indian state of Kerala into a state of mourning. The state is now struggling to get back onto its feet, with the death toll now having crossed 350. Massive rescue and search operations have been underway for the fifth straight day. At least about 1,300 rescuers, heavy machinery and advanced equipment is carrying out the operations. The authorities worry that the death toll could actually climb higher in the face of tough challenge that's posed by the difficult terrain to locate the missing people.
Rescue operations in the Wayanad disaster-affected area are in the final stages. The initial phase focused on bringing everyone to safe locations. Rescuers risked their own lives, driven by even the faintest hope of saving others. A total of 1,419 personnel are engaged in the rescue efforts. Drone-based radar will be deployed soon. The people of Kerala stand united in lifting Wayanad back on its feet.
The Indian Air Force is using advanced light helicopters to track the missing in Wayanad district. Rescue personnel have successfully restored a bridge over the swollen river, making movement much easier for the personnel and machinery.
We have divided different zones and search parties have already left as per plan. We have a team of scientists carrying drones and sniffer dogs accompanying us. Let's see what happens. Rescue parties are searching different areas and keeping hope alive.
Drone footage shows some strong currents in the murky river flowing through the eroded land, rocks and debris. The multiple landslides have sent torrents of mud, water and tumbling boulders downhill, and that has left Wayanad in a complete state of devastation.
We are at Punjiri Mattam. This is a town that is uphill in Wayanad. This is the town that first bore the brunt of the deadly landslides that took place in the wee hours. So what we have to keep in mind is this is the road. We are standing at what is a tarred road. This is a proper road that vehicles used to ply on. But look at this condition now. Now, even all-terrain vehicles can't use this road. That's how bad it is. The only way to go is footmobile. And look at the rocks that are lying down here. These are huge rocks and boulders, each one the size at least of a hatchback or an SUV. Extremely massive rocks. And then we may wonder on seeing this as to where did all this come from. It came up from right up there, up those mountains, up those misty mountains. Those satellite imagery indicates that the landslide originated from a place almost 1,500 meters above sea level. That's how tall that peak is. That's where the landslide originated. And from there, all of this rained down without any mercy, indiscriminately. And as it came down, the path, this entire stream, this entire area widened like anything. And everything along the way was swept. Then shops, towns, villages, everything was swept away. And this went down with such brute force. And every subsequent town along an 8-kilometer path of this debris was completely decimated, which is why the result of this landslide and the body count, the number of people missing, all of this has reached a proportion that's unimaginable and a tragedy that is something that will be leaving scars for an entire generation or much more than that.
Survivors of the devastating landslides taking shelter at relief camps are staring at an uncertain future, with their homes and livelihoods gone, while many are also anxiously waiting for news about missing friends and relatives. Other distraught families have mourned their lost loved ones.
I have lost my house. I have lost everything. I only have 2 sons who study outside my town. I am the sole breadwinner of my family. I don't know what I will do. How will I pay the fees of my children?
Although aid is arriving at the relief camps set up across the affected areas, the sudden loss of everything that they owned has left the displaced people in a state of extreme shock.
Many of them they lost their relatives, their children. They lost their children like that, and the next what they are worried about that their rehabilitation. They are too much worried about that because after a few days, anyway, they have to go back now. So they don't have a place to go. So that's the main issue what they are raising.
Now, earlier in the day, Malayalam actor Mohanlal visited the affected sites at Chural, Mala and Mandakai villages where nearly about 206 people are feared to be trapped. The actor is also a lieutenant colonel in the Indian Territorial Army, was in the army uniform. He met with the affected people and interacted with the army personnel engaged in the relief and rescue operations on site. Meanwhile, the Indian Weather Department has issued a yellow alert in Wayanad, Kozhikode, Kannur and Kasaragod until the 4th of August. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.